everyone. Welcome to our Stewards Review segment. I'm your host, Acacia Clamon. Very pleased to be joined by NYRA Racing Association steward Victor Escobar. Victor, thank you so much for joining us. And we just have one race to look at, the first race on Friday, the 20th year. And we appreciate you taking the time to do this and give a little insight to fans on what goes on behind the scenes.
Acacia, thank you so much for having me. Happy to be back here at Aqueduct, and it's been a quiet weekend, opening weekend into the second week as far as inquiries or objections are concerned, but thank goodness, you know, we always prefer that.
We like when it's that way, but as we said, just one to take a look at. It is race one on the 20th, Friday, race one, a 6-furlong turf sprint for 2-year-olds. And Victor, with 2-year-olds, anything can happen at this point. So the number 8, Tiz Dashing, a first-time starter, is the horse that ends up winning this race, but we're going to keep our eyes on the 9, Hit That Review, and the 6, Replevin. Give us a little insight on what took place here.
Yeah, so at the conclusion of this race, we had a Stewards inquiry looking at an incident involving the number 9. You can see there in the teal cap, currently in second position, who drifted in slightly and had some minor contact with the number 6, Replevin, who eventually finished 5th in the incident. So just to touch briefly as to what the stewards are asked to take under review while in inquiry. First, we have to determine, did a foul occur? Was there an incident out on the racetrack in this race? There clearly was a foul. An incident did occur. Next, we're asked to determine, did the incident cost the sufferer of the interference the opportunity at a better placing? So if we can go back into the head-on and take a look here.
And in the head-on, you can see clearly as well, like you said. So the first question is, did the foul take place? So keeping your eyes on the 9, Hit That Review. And should be noted, the inquiry not involving the winner, the number 8, Tiz Dashing, but the horse that finishes second, Hit That Review. So you're going to see right here this 2-year-old colt bumping the number 6, Replevin. So we know that a foul occurred. The question often, and sometimes there is a little confusion about this, is, as you mentioned, did it cost that horse a better finish?
Absolutely. And in this incident, once again, if we can see it again, coming down the lane, number 9 clearly is allowed to drift in, make slight contact from number 6, with number 6 rather, Replevin. Now we're looking at the number 6 and how he finishes. After reviewing the race and questioning the riders involved, the stewards are ultimately satisfied that this incident did not cost that horse the opportunity at a better placing. As a result, there was no change to the order of finish.
And as you said, those are some questions of what the stewards are looking at. But talk us through the process a little bit, because as you said, there are a few steps that have to go through when an incident does occur on the racetrack.
Absolutely. So when we're making a decision, and you know, I know a lot of comparisons come to other sports and regulation in other sports, but the difference is we're in a football game, you're allowed to assess a penalty, give 15 yards back, and then run the play again. We don't get that privilege in horse racing. Our decisions have an immediate impact on everybody involved, whether it's the owners, trainers, and jockeys, or our customer base who are betting the horses from home or at the racetrack. You have winning tickets that go uncashed. So when we're going through that process, we have to take those things into consideration. So we always have an interview with the riders, and that is an imperative step to the process, because in front of us, we have the visual evidence, right? So think of it like a courtroom. We have the visual evidence, so now we have to hear the testimony from the individuals involved. Then we take the testimony, weigh it against the visual evidence, and then make a decision from there.
So the decision ultimately in this first race on Friday, no change in the order of finish, as we said, not affecting the winner, but the stewards deciding that, yes, there was an incident that occurred, but deciding that ultimately it did not cost the horse affected a better placing.
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Victor, thank you so much for the time and for talking us through a little bit of the process. We really appreciate it. And I know a great opportunity for fans to have the chance to learn a little bit more about what happens behind the scenes. A big thank you to NYRA steward Victor Escobar. I'm your host, Acacia Clamon. Thank you, as always, for joining us on the Stewards Review. As Victor said, it's been pretty quiet. Hopefully things stay that way. We'll bring you some more information as needed as we continue these Stewards Reviews.